Banyana will be taking positives from their loss to the world number 3 side, Sweden. That's in, of course, their Women's World Cup opener in Australia and New Zealand. South Africa taking the lead through Hilda Magaya in the second half, but they went on to lose by 2-1 following a late Swiss flurry of attacks. They next face the Argentines on Friday before they close out the group stage campaign against Italy early next month. For more on this, we're joined by former Banyana Banyana captain Nthabeleng Modiko. A very good morning to you, Dunga. Thank you so much for your time. Should we have lost that game? Did we deserve to lose that game, or did we do enough to avoid defeat? It's just a matter of misfortune.
Good morning to you, Morena. You know what, I think everybody, when we were watching the game, we had all of our good fortune just going with the Banyana team, and as they stepped on the pitch, we were very much excited for them. I think they showed such great they showed guts, they showed bravery for the amount of time that we played, and even to get a goal against the world number 3, I think it's a big celebration for us as a country. It's just so unfortunate that, you know, some minor mistakes that we considered, some moments where we could have done a lot better. You know, those are the moments that decided the game for us, and we ended up getting the result that we didn't really expect.
We clearly do know how to attack, and we know how to attack even the strongest of teams in the world. This is the 3rd best nation in the world. It is a country that has one of the best leagues in women's football around the world. Should we change anything about how we played when we go into Argentina on Friday?
I think Coach Desiree, you know, she's been making informed decisions about the game. You know, I think as a coach, you look back at how we played. Did we meet all the targets that we had set for ourselves? And I think, you know, she's very much impressed. I am also very much impressed with the performance that the girls pulled off. The game against Argentina, it will be a different game altogether. You know, these are the South Americans. Possibly they adapt to be playing the same style of South African flair. So I think, you know, a couple of changes maybe she might want to make. I'm worried about Hilda Magaya, you know, the injuries that the team has, some fresh legs perhaps, and a fresher mentality and a perspective going into the next game. Maybe that is something that she'll be looking at. But again, if she still keeps the team as it is, I think, you know, it's not a bad idea at all because of the performance that I'm alluding to.
Do you think too much focus is put on Thembi Kgatlana? I mean, she did score South Africa's first goal at a World Cup 4 years ago, and she essentially created this goal as well that Magaya scored on Saturday, but on Sunday rather. Do you feel that a lot of focus is put on her, a lot of expectation is on her to make magic, that, you know, it could be put on other players?
She is, after all, our taliswoman. You know, she's our key member, our key player, and rightfully so. I mean, even with the goal that we scored yesterday, she had a good part that she played in it, and she made sure that, you know, to run those defenders. She's got this blistering pace, her quickness that, you know, plays a very great deal into our hand as a team, as a country. I think, you know, in fact, enough focus is actually put on Thembi, and it allows for other players to kind of like not be noticed, especially when they're about to pounce. We look at that goal that Magaya scored. You know, the defenders were all pay attention to Thembi. They were looking at Thembi. They didn't look at anything else, and they didn't even see Magaya as she arrived in the box. So I think, you know, it like I said, it plays a good positive strike for us, you know, to have Thembi on the pitch, so that the defenders are mostly concerned and focused on her.
Africa only has 1 point in the World Cup so far, that point coming from Nigeria. We do, of course, have Morocco, who are going to be getting their campaign underway against Germany. Do you have any reason to be worried about Africa's potential to qualify for the round of 16? I mean, Zambia, they're only playing their first World Cup, as are Morocco. Nigeria are the more experienced of the countries, and they managed to hold Canada. But are you worried that the 4 teams, not one of them, can potentially make it for the round of 16? Or do you feel that, you know what, this time around we will do it?
Yeah, I'm very much positive. You know, the teams, the games that they've played, you know, all of them, the first match, 2 debutants in Morocco and in Zambia. We saw how Zambia struggled on Friday. We saw how Nigeria did so well to hold Canada down. I think, you know, it's just a few things that need to be fixed by the technical teams from all the teams, including us as South Africans. But I also am very much positive. I'm very much optimistic of our chances and our play in this group stages. I think we've got a good chance. We can be able to make it out. If not 4 out of 4, it can definitely be, a good number, 3 out of 4 perhaps, of the countries that can be able to make it into the next stage from Africa. I think Germany, they've got their own issues, but I'm sure Morocco will take care of them as well.
We can only but hope that they do, and we can only but hope that Africa sends at least 2 teams. That's the bare minimum that we are asking for into the round of 16. Tunga, thank you so much for your time. It's always a pleasure speaking to you. That is former Banyana Banyana captain Nthabeleng Modiko joining us, of course, to look back at South Africa's campaign in Australasia. It got underway with a disappointing loss 2-1 to Sweden, but we have all the opportunities to rectify that when we take on Argentina this coming Friday and Italy in our last group match early next week.